transform your digital space. Cumulus Media is hosting a free seminar in downtown Montgomery on February 20th. Hi, I'm Brooke Carter, and it's my job to grow businesses by increasing their digital footprint. Come to one of my free workshops on February 20th, and you will receive some great tips, tricks, and instruction, plus a free ad kit.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Business free workshop, February 20th at One Commerce in Montgomery.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.
There we go.
specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you the limit of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code PLAY.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. There are a lot of great dads out there. Sometimes those dads get divorced. For more than 30 years, we've represented men in divorce, confronting the pitfalls that could devastate your finances or harm your family relationships. While every situation is different, our goal is to get the best outcome for you and your kids. Set up a consultation and take the first step.
For matters in Tennessee, visit CordellCordell.com. 200 West Martin Luther King Boulevard, Suite 1000, Chattanooga, Tennessee, 37402. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Why are people saying Hugh yeah to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax credit. As you filed online, proof of prior year payment required for filing. Applies only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Heavy rain and thunderstorms through the morning hours. Won't rain the whole time, but there will be a good amount of activity on radar. There is a severe weather risk as well, including a few tornadoes, damaging wind, heavy rain, and flash flooding through the morning. This afternoon, we'll have a few showers remaining, perhaps a storm or two. Everybody's dry by about 4 or 5 o'clock. It'll be breezy today. Colder tonight, upper 30s. Plenty of sun tomorrow. Highs only in the upper 50s.
That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Savory for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Several things going on now. A lot of them are on 85 southbound. There's a problem at Ann Street. There's also a disabled vehicle at Taylor Road southbound on 85. There's also an accident 85 southbound just past Chantilly Parkway. Got a dump truck sideways in the ditch. Left lane looks to be partially blocked, everybody. That's getting close. Stay to the right side, 85 just past Chantilly southbound. Outside of that, we've got a tree down, Woodley at Macedonia, and an accident on Troy Highway northbound just south of Goodwin Road. Shopping is the best at Midtown Plaza. Shop Verizon, then eat at Hunan Garden or American Deli. Midtown Plaza, Ann Street, off of I-85, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Montgomery police charged a 16-year-old boy with capital murder. It's connected to a shooting that happened back in November. Police found Tenario Abner's body on Fountain Circle. The suspect's name is not being released because of his age, but we do know he's in the Montgomery County Detention Facility under no bond. It is tax season right now. If you need some help, we've got you covered. Today, WSFA 12 News is teaming up with volunteers from the Alabama Society of CPAs to host a tax action line. Tax experts will take your calls from 4 p.m. until 6:30. We'll give you that number to call later today on WSFA 12 News. Some sports news. The Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champs. It took overtime. The Chiefs beat the 49ers 25-22. That's 3 Super Bowl wins in the last 5 years for Kansas City and the 4th in franchise history. That's your news on this Monday. I'm Jet Davis.
The older your furnace is, the likelier it is for carbon monoxide to leak into your home. It is of the utmost importance to have your furnace checked annually if it's over 10 years old. Bill Bradley Services technicians are equipped with top-of-the-line CO detectors that guarantee no carbon monoxide is seeping into your home. They will also check each aspect of your furnace to ensure it's operating at max efficiency, which will save you money down the road. Only $74.95.
Who really cares about the Super Bowl? I do.
Number 8449.
Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining MediShare. Why? Well, MediShare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. MediShare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7, huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 14.
No, they don't.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
Tomorrow morning, if you wake up and the sun does not appear,
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is one more time, one more day. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. On your AM dial, newsradio1440.com, 95.3 on 95.1 channel 3 on HD radio. Or you can download our app. Either way it goes, you get it for free. But good morning to you. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. It is February the 12th, 2024. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Loving Our Enemies. Our scripture insight today comes from Matthew 5:43 through 48. But Matthew 5:44 reads, "But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Govern yourselves accordingly." And again, good morning. It is a Monday morning, February the 2nd, February the 12th. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that once it's gone, you will never, ever see it again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done, but you didn't. And you certainly don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, February the 12th, 2024, hopefully, if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, mercy, love, and charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of your life. What are we going to do with them? Well, whatever we do, while we can, for as long as we can, reach back and give somebody else a helping hand until you can. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard of how you live life. You'll always, always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two, but you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never give up, because winners, oh, they may fail at a thing or two, but they never quit. And quitters, I can tell you a certainty here, quitters will never win. And remember this day, like all the other days, it is a great day to be alive. Don't believe me? Try missing one. Good morning to you. Loving our enemies. That's our daily bread for this day, February the 12th, 2024. We'll be back.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. I'm Amy Boucher-Pye, and I called our reading Loving Our Enemies. With the American Civil War spawning many bitter feelings, Abraham Lincoln saw fit to speak a kind word about the South. A shocked bystander asked how he could do so. He replied, "Madam, do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends?" Reflecting on those words a century later, Martin Luther King Jr. commented, "This is the power of redemptive love." In calling disciples of Christ to love their enemies, King looked to the teachings of Jesus. He noted that although believers might struggle to love those who persecute them, this love grows out of a consistent and total surrender to God. When we love in this way, King continued, we'll know God and experience the beauty of His holiness. King referenced Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, in which he said, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven." Jesus counseled against the conventional wisdom of the day of loving only one's neighbors and hating one's enemies. Instead, God the Father gives His children the strength to love those who oppose them. It may feel impossible to love our enemies, but as we look to God for help, He'll answer our prayers. He gives the courage to embrace this radical practice, for as Jesus said, "With God all things are possible." Today's passage from the Bible is from Matthew chapter 5, verses 43 through 48. You have heard that it was said, "Love your neighbor and hate your enemy." But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes His sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous. If you love those who love you, what reward will you get? Are not even the tax collectors doing that? And if you greet only your own people, what are you doing more than others? Do not even pagans do that? Be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. Join me in praying. Loving God, you've made us, and you've made those who hurt us in your image. Help us to see them as you do, and help us, Lord, to extend your love and your grace to them. We pray in the holy name of Jesus. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Chorus! Oh, kids! Who? Airborne! Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, every day,
We run to the sun, no sweat. Not yet. Come on out. Down in the mess hall on my knees.
Down in the mess hall on my knees.
We got nothing to eat but a can of beans.
Nothing to eat but a can.
Time to rise and shine.
Was molded and the meat was bad. The bread was molded and the meat was bad. Well, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Hey, you know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne, all the way. When I was young, I always wanted to be
In the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight.
all the way, airborne,
No, it never gets old. Never gets old. Never does. No, it doesn't.
all the way, airborne, all the way, driving on. Early one morning in the drizzling rain.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with a cheering glow.
All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on.
Just waiting to get the call, baby. Just waiting to get the call.
Airborne, all the way, driving on.
But I'd be in the rear with the gear.
Here we go,
All the way.
gotta be rough and tough.
Somebody's got to keep the gear safe.
For an airborne.
Somebody's got to keep the gear safe. I mean, what can I tell you? All right, time for PT. So let's get it going. Sergeant Smith, here we go. Hard work. Oh, yeah. Get it going. Tighten it up. Hard work.
Everybody doing it right. Hard work. That's what I say. Hard work. Earn my pay. Hard work. Do it every day.
I get up about 2:45
Work, go.
and earn my pay. Come on.
Put boots on and lace them up.
Tighten it up. It's Monday.
Hard work.
That's what they said.
Hard work.
I earn my pay.
Hard work. Now. Hard work. Let it go. Make the call.
Hard work.
Working on the doors in the morning.
Hard work. Let's go to work.
Hard work. You pack up the shoes. Hard work. You load them up. Hard work. Manifest. Hard work. You gotta do it right. Hard work. Here we go. Hard work. Son, I'm ready to rock.
All right, hit it.
Hey.
Tighten it up.
Say, work. We going on out. We gotta go and do the job.
Hard work on the airplane in the early morning rain. Come on. And it's raining today.
Hard work. Let me hear.
The ceiling is low, baby. The ceiling is low. It's a no-go. Hard work.
On the plane. Work.
Sit on down.
Hard work. The engines are on.
Hard work.
The mission is go.
Hard work.
That's what you said.
Hard work.
I do
Oh, yeah. Hard work.
Earn my pay. Work.
Woo. Now, listen. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Now, listen. The first sergeant made you know that all that rain and wind out there, we're not jumping today. So why y'all get us up this early in the morning? Come on, man. Knock him out. Okay, 25. I can do 25. That wouldn't. 50. Okay, I'll shut up now. I'll just get him knocked out. Sorry about that, son. I didn't know you were behind me. We'll be back.
To the shores of Tripoli, we will find our country's banners in the air on land and sea. First they fight for right and freedom, and to keep our mother free. We are proud to claim the title of the United States.
And of course, we do have an audio thing today because it is Monday. But before we get to that, we got to have a serious talk about something right quick. We got to do this. If we don't do this, it would be remiss of me to not do this because it needs to be said. So let's have a serious conversation for a couple of moments here, and it's about a killer, and of course, its name is fentanyl. Now, I don't have a clue what fentanyl is. I know it's not whatever it is. It's not good for you. It's not good to take it, be around it, touch it, smell it, look at it. It's a bad deal. But let's have that talk. More than 1,400 Alabamians have died since 2021 from drug overdoses. We'll get the amount for last year soon. It's time to have a conversation about the substance abuse. Hope is real and recovery is real also. So if you are a family member or a friend are suffering from substance use disorder, call the Council on Substance Abuse or COSA now. That's 262-1629, area code 334-262-1629, or go to COSA, NCADD.org. Let's get help today. Call COSA. Again, that number is 334-262-1629 and get the help you need right now. We'll be back after this with our audio portion of the day and a plethora of other things right after this.
USFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Why are people saying "Hugh yeah" to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Heavy rain and thunderstorms through the morning hours. Won't rain the whole time, but there will be a good amount of activity on radar. There is a severe weather risk as well, including a few tornadoes, damaging wind, heavy rain, and flash flooding through the morning. This afternoon, we'll have a few showers remaining, perhaps a storm or two. Everybody's dry by about 4 or 5 o'clock. It'll be breezy today. Colder tonight, upper 30s. Plenty of sun tomorrow. Highs only in the upper 50s.
That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Several things going on now. A lot of them on 85 southbound. There's a problem at Ann Street. There's also a disabled vehicle at Taylor Road, southbound on 85. There's also an accident, 85 southbound, just past Chantilly Parkway. Got a dump truck sideways in the ditch. Left lane looks to be partially blocked, everybody. That's getting close. Stay to the right side, 85, just past Chantilly, southbound. Outside of that, we've got a tree down, Woodley at Macedonia, and an accident on Troy Highway northbound, just south of Goodwin Road. Shopping is the best at Midtown Plaza. Shop Verizon, then eat at Hunan Garden or American Deli, Midtown Plaza, and Street off of I-85, another great McClinton and Company development. Buckle up, it's the law. From Montgomery Skywatch Traffic, this is Major Delay.
The Esports World Cup Foundation is taking the competitive nature and format of the Olympics and crafting their own unique rendition dedicated solely to esports. Featuring a wide variety of game titles, the Esports World Cup is going to be the pinnacle of gaming achievement for players and organizations alike, as they will be crowning the best of the best. To further bolster their event, they're claiming to offer the largest prize pools ever seen in esports. What game will you be looking forward to watching?
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
I'm Justin Jefferson with the Minnesota Vikings. Hi, I'm Jamar Chase with the Cincinnati Bengals. Why do I choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because I want to go all out. I can't be stopped. Because my Sleep Number smart bed helps me sleep at the right temperature all night, so we can take our game to the next level. That's why 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed. Sleep next level, perform next level.
Save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, the official sleep and wellness partner of the NFL.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
When it comes to buying tires for my car, I choose Chico's Auto Pros because trust is everything. At Chico's Auto Pros, they always recommend the right tires, helping to ensure my family's safety and doing so with great service and great prices. Chico's finds the right tires for my budget every time, and they get them balanced, installed, and my car aligned super quick. It's easy, fast, and affordable. When you need tires, choose Chico's Auto Pros.
Paid for by the Charlotte Meadows Campaign, 345 North Lake Road, Hoover, Alabama, 35242.
On March 5th, vote for the best choice for school choice. Vote for Republican Charlotte Meadows. A leading proponent for school choice, Charlotte Meadows believes parents must have a say in their children's education. Charlotte Meadows also supports participation of parents in choosing school curriculum, as we do not need liberal groups like the NEA bringing their liberal agenda into our schools. And Charlotte Meadows believes that our state board must be alert to the woke agenda. As a former school board member, Charlotte Meadows has seen what is going wrong in Alabama's educational system. That is why Charlotte Meadows started Lead Academy, Montgomery's first charter school, giving parents a choice to escape Montgomery's failing schools.
This is Republican Charlotte Meadows. For almost 20 years, I've been working to improve education and give parents a choice for their children. Remember to vote Conservative Republican Charlotte Meadows for State Board of Education District 3 on March 5th.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Last week, I did tell people as soon as I got the names, I would actually call those names for those young Marines who perished in a crash last week. All the things we do, all the freedoms we have, the ups and downs as a nation, will be impossible if young men and young ladies did not decide to go in harm's way and do dangerous things to make sure that we are a free country. We can argue, we can disagree about policies, but the military is the instruments that carry out those policies. And sometimes it requires a sacrifice often too hard to bear. Every time I see one of these young folks go down, it truly bothers me. Because there's nobody ever been in the military that's been on top of those choppers and tanks and boats, we forget that those are just machines and they do go bad sometimes. And when that happens, most of the time it costs somebody. And this is one of those times. The Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps, has identified the 5 Marines who died in the crash of CH-53E Super Stallion helicopter last Tuesday in California. And whether it's California, Afghanistan, Alabama, we are all tethered together by one thing: service to God and country. And I hope I'm not the only person in America that's mentioning these young men. And the average age is 22 years old. Attention. The Marines who were killed: Lance Corporal Donovan Davis, 21 years old, a crew chief from Olaf, Kansas. Sergeant Alex Langen, 23, a crew chief from Chandler, Arizona. Captain Benjamin Moulton, 27, a pilot from Emmett, Idaho. Captain Jack Casey, 26 years old, a pilot from Dover, New Hampshire. Captain Miguel Nova, 28, a pilot from Traverse City, Michigan. We can never bring these young men back, but we must. A nation that forgets its heroes, it's not very much of a nation. We say farewell to these soldiers, these Marines. I have played this song too often lately. Bless them all. And again, good morning to most of you folks out there. If you didn't know what happened, well, that's what happened. Last Tuesday, 5 young men went down in helicopter, one of those Yeah, exactly what they call that thing. I've never been on one of those. It's tough, yeah. And then some our families now are without their loved ones. All in the name of protecting the United States of America and being prepared to do just that. So we hope that you have an appreciation for the young folks in your lives that are serving this nation. Because without them, we don't have much of a nation. Although some would argue there are other forces that do it, but we won't get into that one. Anyway, good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine this morning. Okay, so I have a audio thing here we're going to play for you guys, and then we'll get on to other things. Okay, so what is it? Is that what it is? Okay, I like this one. I just got to play this every once in a while to to get myself some sanity and back to reality. All right, here we go.
15. And at 4:16, her feet would hit the floor, usually right in front of my face. And that's what would wake me up. But I would lay there and I would pretend like I was still asleep, because me and 4:15 really didn't get along. But Grandma would look at the back of my head. I could feel her staring at me. And then finally she would say, "Now, sugar, Grandmama know you ain't asleep. You just supposed to go on and get on up and get ready for school." And my grandmother was known for saying things that would kind of make you a little angry because they made so much sense and you couldn't argue with her. Parents, you know, there's things that when you become parents, you start to say to your own kids. And my grandmother would say, "Now, son, you knew when you laid down there last night that you had to get up this morning. I don't know why every single morning you lay there and act surprised. You ought to be thankful that the Lord saw fit to wake you up in your right mind." But what my grandmother was encouraging me to do was simply to be grateful for the opportunity. In spite of all that I had been through in my life, she just wanted to make sure that I understood the opportunity that I've been given. My life got started, it was a little rough start. I was born 2 months premature. My mother was walking up a flight of stairs, and she didn't know this at the time, but a woman she had had an argument with earlier was standing above her holding a pot of boiling water. As my mom made her way up those stairs, that woman dumped that water onto my mom and sent her tumbling down the stairs into premature labor. She received third-degree burns to over 25% of her body. And when we were finally allowed to leave the hospital, as you can imagine, my mom was in a great deal of pain. Those burns just barely missed her face and covered most of the front of her body. So when we got home, she began taking a heavy sedative, pain medication to help her recover. When she took that medication, it was very difficult for her to watch me, so I would bounce around a lot. I'd stay with my mom for a little bit, and then I'd go stay with Grandma, and I'd stay with some neighbors, aunties, and then back to my mother's house. I did that for the first 3 years of my life. When I was 3 years old, I was back at my mom's house, and I got into her purse, I found that medication, I swallowed everything in the bottle. When they found me, they rushed me to the hospital, and my heart would stop, and eventually I went into a coma. But because of that accident, because of that incident, the state of California, they did an investigation. And the conclusion that they came to was that it wasn't an accident. They removed me from my mother's home, I was made a ward of the state, and eventually I went into the foster care system. Shortly after I arrived to one of my foster homes, my foster mom, her name was Miss Alexander. Miss Alexander began locking me inside the closet with a light. She'd open the closet door, she'd kick me, hit me with a stick or a strap or whatever she had. It was while I was in that foster home that I was sexually abused for the first time in my life. And oftentimes people ask, if that has to be the worst thing that could happen to someone. I have scars on my body that you can't see. I have a burn here on my hand that she put there with an iron. But all of that pain went away. The worst thing that Mrs. Alexander would do is she would open the closet door, she would stand over me, and she would say, "You're stupid, and you ain't gonna never amount to nothing." And that hurt me more than any of the physical kicks or the physical pain because I believed it for a long time. I believed that I would never amount to anything, just like she said. I didn't know this at the time. I found out a little bit later, but my grandmother, my hero, she had started going back and forth to court, trying to prove that she could take care of an active, handsome little boy. And eventually, the state of California, they granted her full custody of me. And I'll never forget standing on Miss Alexander's front porch waiting. She had my little belongings, everything that I had. I remember standing there, and it may have only been a half an hour, but it felt like an eternity. And I can remember thinking maybe no one's coming. But after a while, at the end of the block, I see the ugliest car I've ever seen in my life. And the car pulls up right in front of the porch. And I remember all I could see these two big glasses, bifocals. And I found out later that Grandma had glaucoma. She wasn't even supposed to be driving. But she gets out of that big car, and she's got on this white floppy hat with this, it was a flower right there in the middle. And I remember she had on this long white dress that came all the way down to her ankles. And I found out later that, that was Grandma's Sunday best. It was an outfit that she only reserved for special occasions. I can remember for once in my life feeling like I was on a special occasion. So I remember jumping into Grandma's arms and squeezing her, and I remember her whispering and saying to me, everything's okay. You're family. And everything was okay, just like Grandmother said. And I had a lot to look forward to. I found out that my mom was going to court trying to prove that she could take care of me. And I can remember sitting there with my mother, and we talk, and we had a lot of different conversations. One thing I can remember saying, Mama, one day when I get big, I'm gonna buy you a nice house with a fireplace. I said, Mama, one day I'm gonna buy you a nice car. Not like Grandma, to get you a nice one. But the truth is, I just really wanted to become a family again, and that's what I look forward to. When I was 12 years old, I was asleep on my grandmother's floor. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning. We get a knock on the door. It was my mom's roommate. Miss Howell, come quick. Miss Howell was my grandma. She said, come quick, it's Ruth. Ruth was my mom. She said, I can't wake her up. I think she's dead. And I can remember laying on that floor, kind of wishing hoping that it was maybe a dream. But it wasn't. And that's how I found out that all the hopes and dreams and things that I had to look forward to weren't going to happen. I became very angry. I became confused. I was hurt. I didn't really understand what was happening. I started acting out, hanging out with wrong people, breaking into houses, started stealing cars. I can remember not really caring what happened to me. I continued that behavior until I was 19. When I was 19, I found myself standing in front of a judge. I was handcuffed, had a chain around my waist, and my handcuffs were attached to that chain. The judge looked at me and says, the state of California sentences you to 15 years in prison for armed robbery and assault. That day, when that door closed behind me for the first time as a convicted felon, I remember standing in that empty cell. I remember my knees started to get weak and they started to shake uncontrollably. I collapsed and I fell to the floor. I just started crying alone. I remember hearing voices. Heard the voice of my foster mom saying, you're stupid, you ain't gonna never amount to nothing. Heard the voice of family members and friends of family that said, that boy's gonna end up just like his father. My father was a pretty criminal, he died in prison. I can remember laying there thinking to myself that this is where I'm gonna die. But here's what happened that would change my life. Shortly after I arrived to that prison, there was an educator there. His name was Charles Lyles, 6'3", ex-Marine. And I don't know what it was about me, but every time he saw me, he'd say, hey, Mr. Humphrey. He had this big smile on his face, a smile that my kids would say, that's creepy. But he smiled and he said, hey, Mr. Humphrey, how you doing? He always called me Mr. Humphrey. He gave me that respect. He walked into my cell. He looked at me and he said, Mr. Humphrey, he says, prison doesn't have to be your life. He says, you can get out of here. You can do great things. He started to walk away, and before he walked out of my cell, he turned around one last time and he says, Mr. Humphrey? I said, yes, sir. He says, I believe in you. He walked out of my cell. And if he had continued to stand there, he would have seen the tears running down my face because no one had ever said that to me. But I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to make some changes, and I'm going to change my life. And a little over 4 years after the day I originally collapsed and fell to the floor, I walked out of that prison on parole. That was over 18 years ago. I've never been back other than to mentor and help other people. But here's what I know. I know that when you've had a rough life, when you feel unwanted, I know that when when you have hopes and dreams, and when you have things that you can look forward to, and when you have people in place that support you and push you, I know that gives you a reason to live. It is a great day to be alive. And that's something that I haven't always said, but now it's something that I say to myself every single day at some point. If I'm having a great day or a bad day, that's something that I say. But what I also understand is that what my grandmother was thanking her higher power for each and every day was for the opportunity that she'd been given. And she never missed an opportunity to tell anyone that would listen, especially me, it's a great day to be alive.
It is a great day to be alive. That it is. I never get tired of hearing this. I never get tired of hearing it. Anyway, good morning to you. Now, let's talk about the word of the day and a couple of all the things I got enough time to do. I don't have enough time to do all of this, but I do have some time to do some of it. Okay, so we're going to do some of this morning. And the one is, let me see now, how's it? Put that right there, so I can read this. There we go. Anyway, good morning to you. Hope this day finds you well. And before I get to the other thing, it is a great day to be alive. And the word of the day, well, it represents some people. Some people. It's spelled Callous. Callous. Someone or something. If they are described by this word, it means they do not feel or show any concern about the problems of sufferings of other people. What is the word? Callous. It is callous. You know, that stuff that you get on your hands. Well, we used to get calluses on our hands in America because we had kind of like hard jobs to do, farming and all that stuff. But calluses made your hands tough as nails, so you could almost do anything without gloves. I don't think I ever wanted to work that hard, but that's the way they wrote. Callous. Someone or something described as callous does not feel or show any concern about the problems or sufferings of other people. Now, I've been a lot of things. I haven't been callous, actually, but I imagine if I look at the 24,784 days I have lived, I think I probably had some days there where I had some of that going on too. So, I was young and dumb at one time. Anyway, but good morning to you. Now, what is the lessons of life today? Well, the lessons of life today, I think if you use a little logic and reason, and you'll understand this, and you'll understand it to be absolutely true. Okay? But it is a great day to be alive. Life. Truth is incontrovertible. Panic may resent it. Ignorance may deride it. Malice may distort it. And hate may try to lie on it. But there's nothing on this earth that will change it. And that is the truth. Your perspective doesn't matter. Where you've been doesn't matter. How old you are doesn't matter. I forgot who actually said this, but I know I got this from someplace. But it is so true. Truth is incontrovertible. Panic may resent it. Ignorance may deride it. Malice may distort it. And hate may try to lie on it. But there is nothing on God's earth that will ever change what is true. So just remember that. Tell the truth, and you can't be changed, and you don't have to remember a whole bunch of things either. But the truth is a stubborn thing. Whether you turn the lights on or turn the lights off, it's still the same truth or the same lie. Either way it goes, you cannot change what is true. Okay, you can try to, because you can try to change it. I'm with you, but you really can't. You really can't. Okay. So now I'm going to have a guest coming up in a little bit. So let me take this break, and we shall return uno momento. Okay, not uno momento, but in a minute here. Okay. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco momento. Okay, so don't go anyplace. We'll be back in a few. Okay, I'm just saying you might want to think about doing that. Okay, like I'm going to do. We'll be back.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Montgomery police charged a 16-year-old boy with capital murder. It's connected to a shooting that happened back in November. Police found Tenario Abner's body on Fountain Circle. The suspect's name is not being released because of his age, but we do know he's in the Montgomery County Detention Facility under no bond. It is tax season right now. If you need some help, we've got you covered. Today, WSFA 12 News is teaming up with volunteers from the Alabama Society of CPAs to host a tax action line. Tax experts will take your calls from 4 p.m. until 6:30. We'll give you that number to call later today on WSFA 12 News. Some sports news. The Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champs. It took overtime. The Chiefs beat the 49ers 25-22. That's 3 Super Bowl wins in the last 5 years for Kansas City and the 4th in franchise history. That's your news on this Monday. I'm Jed Davis.
News Radio 1440 is WLWI AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Greatness repeats at the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes leading the Chiefs to back-to-back wins at the Super Bowl with a touchdown pass to McCole Hardman with 3 seconds left in overtime and a 25-22 win over the 49ers. McCole Hardman woke up early and tells CBS Mornings,
I remember everything up until after the catch. So basically, I knew the play call. I knew the corner dropped back. I knew that, it was the ball was going to come to me. But when I caught the football, I'm telling you, I completely just, was lost in reality. And then finally, I just seen Pat running to me and just but you a champion, you know that, right?
The Chiefs and Coach Andy Reid have now won 3 titles in 5 seasons, and the first they are to win consecutive titles since the Patriots. Defense Secretary back at Walter Reed. Pentagon correspondent David Martin.
Doctors for Secretary of Defense Austin say it is not clear how long he will have to remain in the hospital with what appears to be another round of complications from his surgery for prostate cancer. Austin returned to Walter Reed Hospital Sunday afternoon with what his doctors called an emergent bladder issue and was admitted to the critical care unit.
This time he transferred duties to his deputy and notified President Biden. Israel says it's rescued 2 hostages from southern Gaza under the cover of deadly strikes. CBS's Deborah Pata.
Louis Har and Fernando Marman were rescued in a daring mission and then flown home by helicopter to safety. They are reportedly doing well in hospital, surrounded by their loved ones. The son-in-law of Louis Har said the job is not done. He urged mediators to do everything they can to bring the remaining hostages back home before it is too late.
Palestinian officials say at least 67 people were killed in the strikes. Here in the U.S.,
there are winter weather advisories with embedded winter storm warnings that are in effect from Wichita Falls, Kansas, across Oklahoma City through Springfield, Missouri. It continues to the east towards Evansville, Frankfort, and Cincinnati, Ohio.
Odyssey meteorologist Craig Allen says the system will strengthen into a major nor'easter tonight. Critics are calling Usher's Super Bowl halftime show the party everyone wanted to see. Dazzled the crowd with help from Alicia Keys and others, and Swifties got exactly what they tuned in for, with shots of the pop star totaling 55 seconds during the game, not counting that big kiss with her boyfriend Travis Kelce on the field. S&P futures unchanged. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
There's something magical about unboxing. When you unbox BritBox, you uncover a world of British entertainment. Stream the UK's most brilliant series, including new and upcoming seasons of Shetland, Father Brown, and Death in Paradise. Plus new originals like Payback, Irving Welsh's Crime, and Archie, the story of Hollywood's greatest leading man, Cary Grant. Unbox BritBox and escape to the best of British TV. Stream with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
CBS's Bradley Blackburn has the story of a bakery in New York City that nurtures souls.
At Grayston Bakery in Yonkers, New York, they bake brownies that go in Ben & Jerry's ice cream and sell directly to consumers. CEO Joe Kenner says every brownie has a purpose.
We don't hire people to bake brownies. We bake brownies to hire people.
Grayston was founded decades ago with a promise to hire anyone who wants to work. What they call open hiring means jobs are filled first come, first serve. Millions of Americans have stopped looking for work, many with criminal records or other barriers, but with potential to be loyal employees.
It makes you work even harder because they gave you that chance. So you want to make sure you do your best.
Rival American energy companies are becoming one. Diamondback announced this morning it'll buy Endeavor in a cash and stock deal valued at about $26 billion. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your unwanted vehicle into funding to support innovative cancer research. This research leads to new treatments for patients right now. Donate your car today. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
Hunker up, Montgomery and Prattville. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales. And this month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a nicer, newer car. So if your old ride's left you broken-hearted, kiss it goodbye. I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelly Blue Book. Push, pull, or drag it in. Plus, I'm buying cars on the spot based on the car or the price you pick. You deserve to drive a car that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and kiss it goodbye, because you could get way more than it's worth. Plus, I'm buying cars. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? My team's passionate about approvals. We kiss up to the banks and lenders that want to say yes. That's yes. Yes, yes, yes. Plus, I'm buying cars on the spot based on the price of the car you pick. But hurry. Once I've helped 137 people, my lips are sealed, and this deal is done. I'm Matt Parsley. I'm your dealer for the people. See all these smooch-worthy rides at BudgetSaysYes.com. That's BudgetSaysYes.com. Pucker up, Montgomery and Prattville.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining MediShare. Why? Well, MediShare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. MediShare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7, huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
More than 1,400 Alabamians have died from drug overdoses in 2021. Fentanyl is the major cause of drug deaths. It's killing our fathers, our mothers, our sisters, and our brothers. It's time to have a conversation about substance misuse. If you have a family member or friend, or if you are suffering from a substance use disorder, the Council on Substance Abuse wants to help. Go to COSANCADD.org. Hope is real. Recovery is real. Contact COSA today at 334-262-1629.
Chico's Auto Pros know all about top quality auto repair. Chico's knows brakes. Chico's knows tires. Chico's knows belts and hoses. Chico's knows alignments. Chico's knows oil changes and check engine lights. Chico's knows electrical systems. Chico's knows glass repair and steering and suspension. And Chico's knows roadside assistance. For all things auto repair in the River region, Chico's knows.
Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed.
Paid for by the Charlotte Meadows Campaign, 345 North Lake Road, Hoover, Alabama, 35242.
On March 5th, vote for the best choice for school choice. Vote for Republican Charlotte Meadows. A leading proponent for school choice, Charlotte Meadows believes parents must have a say in their children's education. Charlotte Meadows also supports participation of parents in choosing school curriculum, as we do not need liberal groups like the NEA bringing their liberal agenda into our schools. And Charlotte Meadows believes that our state board must be alert to the woke agenda. As a former school board member, Charlotte Meadows has seen what is going wrong in Alabama's educational system. That is why Charlotte Meadows started Lead Academy, Montgomery's first charter school, giving parents a choice to escape Montgomery's failing schools.
This is Republican Charlotte Meadows. For almost 20 years, I've been working to improve education and give parents a choice for their children. Remember to vote Conservative Republican Charlotte Meadows for State Board of Education District 3 on March 5th.
No one has a President's Day sale like American Oak and More, with more deals worth celebrating.
Save 40% on all dining room furniture.
Beautiful rustic and handcrafted Amish table and chairs, old world farm tables, bar stools, and more 40% off. Save 40% on all living room furniture.
That's sofas, sectionals, recliners, love seats, and more.
Don't wait. It's the life, liberty, and pursuit of savings at American Oak and More.
Like we've been saying for almost 30 years.
You don't pay with fake money, so don't sell for fake wood.
Shop Amish Direct at American Oak and More.
What is Amish Direct?
Furniture built to last and designed to inspire.
We set up partnerships with Amish shops in Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
By having these partnerships directly with these Amish families, we can offer custom-made items, heirloom quality, up to 70% off retail prices.
Outdoor furniture that is guaranteed to last for decades with little or no maintenance.
Bedroom suites, table and chairs, occasional tables, and much more.
Come see the Lake Martin epoxy table.
Amish Direct at American Oak and More.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All righty then. Now I'm back, but I'm expecting the guests at about 15 after, and so I'm gonna have to go downstairs, probably open the door and see who's down there, unless the doors are open by now. Well, they should be open in the next. Well, they should be open actually by now. But anyway, supposedly we are going to have a guest come in. I don't never tell people for the most part who we guest, just in case they change their mind and say they don't want to come. It makes me look like kind of stupid. We don't want to do that. We don't want to look stupid. I can look stupid by myself. I don't need people making me look stupid. I can do that pretty good job. Nobody here but me. So anyway, good morning to all of you. Hope your weekend was fine. Went to church yesterday and learned something. I actually read the Bible more while I'm in church than I do any other time. But it was an interesting service yesterday. But we won't get into that at the moment. But I did learn something that actually made a lot of other things come into view here. Okay, and before we get bothered with any, before we take on any other thing, let me tell you the things we're celebrating today. Darwin's Day, yeah. And National Clean Out Your Computer Day, okay? Also, Georgia Day. I don't know what Georgia's about. I used to live there, but I don't live there anymore. So, I don't know. Well, I guess you want to know about Georgia, you got to go over there. It's Hug Day. Share a warm and loving hug with somebody or even a stranger. Be careful about the stranger thing, though, because, they may think you're trying to do something else. International Day against the use of child soldiers. We don't do that in America, although some of them act like kids, but we don't do that in America. International Epilepsy Day. I remember epilepsy. And it's NAACP Day. National Association for the Advancement of Color People. Trying to figure out, I think they dropped the ball on that one. National Braden Day. So if your name is Braden, today's your day. National Freedom Day. National Lost Penny Day. So if you lost a penny, roll up your sleeve, walk down the street, you can find one. I guarantee you can. National Plum Pudding. I've never had plum pudding, but I imagine it's purple and it tastes pretty good. I think so. National Poop Day. Now, okay, so yesterday, right, I went to a lady's house, right? I worked on that computer for him. Went to a lady's house, and in the yard was dog mess. And I said, and she agreed with me, and it wasn't her dog because she don't have a dog. So the neighbor's dog or somebody's dog came in, dropped a load in her yard. So I'm calling on the city council right now to come up with an ordinance that if you're walking down the street with your ugly dog, you need to carry a poop stick with you, a bag or something. Don't just drop your. I mean, honestly, I would if I had what do you call one of those things? If what's that the police use to shoot us with, not the gun, but the other thing, whatever it is. I would light that sucker up. You know, he would look like something on one of those commercials where the lightning hits you and you just blink, 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 blink. Yeah, because I would have hit that son of a gun. I'll tell you what, one of these days, I just want somebody to have another dog come drop their load in my yard. Okay, because I got a taser. I think it ought to be lawful to tase anybody. And here what you do is you wait till the dog goes to stoop and drop his load. And then you hit him and the owner with the taser. There ought to be a law against that. And there ought to be a $50 fine for your ugly dog to put something in my yard. Anyway, good morning, who's this? Yes, go ahead. I'm good. Get on with your message. And I just get on with it. And I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Hmm. All right there, Mr. Ed. Good morning. Who's this? I don't got nothing against gay people. That's only because you keep calling back at the most inopportune times, my brother. Well, you got to give me something to listen to. You know what I mean? You got to give me something interesting, something that intrigues my mind. Okay. All right then. 7:16 in the morning. I don't know where my guest is at the moment, but I guess they'll be here sooner or later. National Poop Day. Okay, we got the National Poop Day, and there's some other things to talk about too. But I am serious about this dog walking. I mean, just think of how insulting it is, how much disrespect that people have for you to bring their dog to your house, not at their house, but at your house, and drop his load. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. You know, I mean, come on. And somebody's gonna get knocked out one of these days by doing that. Okay, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter, it's not a matter if, it's just a matter of when, and it may be me knocking somebody out. Anyway, Oatmeal Monday, get yourself ready to get all fired up, get some energy, take some oatmeal today, and it will it will change your attitude. Okay. Oglethorpe Day. Okay, let's tap into the history of Georgia and more about its founding father. Red Hand Day. That's right. Paint your head red. Paint your hand red. I don't know why. And raise your voice against using children in wars. We already had that when I read it. We were over that. Safety. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Sick of Food Waste Day. Okay. We do not want to keep wasting food and things of that nature. I will tell you something. Now, I don't know who's going to win this second congressional district, but I know one thing. Mr. What's his name? Shamari Figures is certainly putting out a lot of mail-ins about his time with Obama and things of that nature. Listen. I guess I'd be proud to be with the president of the United States. I mean, he'd be in the Oval Office. So I'm just saying, the only time I'd be in the Oval Office is I lost my way someplace. But anyway, that guy is putting out some stuff. As a matter of fact, is anybody running against him? Well, we got a local person that's running against him, Philip Harvey Hall, who they won't let in the supposedly they got a forum coming up soon. I think it's today, as a matter of fact, with all these 7 congressional candidates, but the ones they approve of. The ones they don't approve of, they don't get an opportunity to sit down and have the conversation with the public like the sainted ones do. I don't really know everybody that's running. I know Brubaker's running on the Republican side, and somebody else is running on the Republican. Was that Hampton? Hampton, nice kid, young but nice. I'm gonna call a favor on that one. I'm gonna call that Brubaker is gonna get the Republican side. I mean, he's got name recognition, has experience, been in the House and the state Senate. Knows his way around. I'm gonna have to give Brubaker the primary victory on that one. Anybody else is just running for to get experience. Just running to get experience. They're not really running to win. Now I don't know how many people how many Democrats running on the I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's about 8 of maybe 8 or 11, something like that, running for the Democratic side. But I met some of them, and they're pretty good fellows, pretty good folks out there, but I don't. This Shamari guy, listen, he got pictures of him and the president, setting up in the Oval Office, and his mother's a state senator. His father, evidently, I didn't know this. His father helped bring the lawsuit against the KKK back in the day, and helped get some of that money. So yeah, I mean, I'm just saying he got a legacy there that we gonna see. Anyway, somebody paid a lot of money, sent all those things to the House. Looking good on there too. I tell you, I don't have to look him up. But now, if he believes in abortion, then I couldn't support. I just couldn't support. I just couldn't support. But if he believes that is a child in that woman's stomach, I know I don't get to help with it. Then I'm good. If his litmus test for supporting anybody is whether or not they believe in abortion, I got to tell you, he's going to lose my vote. But I put out Phyllis trying to get him up here. But listen, most people don't think they need Montgomery, okay, unless you live in Montgomery. Montgomery, every congressional district has tried to get a little piece of Montgomery in it. I don't know why, because it's the capital or whatever the case may be, but it does not benefit Montgomery, because once the election is over, they forget about us down here, where we are. If you're in Mobile, that's up here. If you're in Birmingham, that's down here. So they forget about us. But everybody wants a piece of Montgomery. Everybody wants a piece of Montgomery so they can do their thing. Anyway, so we'll be back. Uno momento. Let me see if my guests are anywhere around, and we shall see that. We'll be back.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Heavy rain and thunderstorms through the morning hours. Won't rain the whole time, but there will be a good amount of activity on radar. There is a severe weather risk as well, including a few tornadoes, damaging wind, heavy rain, and flash flooding through the morning. This afternoon, we'll have a few showers remaining, perhaps a storm or two. Everybody's dry by about 4 or 5 o'clock. It'll be breezy today. Colder tonight, upper 30s. Plenty of sun tomorrow. Highs only in the upper 50s. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive. Family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. 85 southbound Chantilly Parkway still causing some problems, so please use caution there. That's 85 south at Chantilly Parkway. Outside of that, we're looking good as far as traffic flow goes. Just use caution. Don't drive through standing water. If you see something giving you trouble, contact us. We'll pass the info along. Do appreciate your help. McKinnon Toyota has a great selection of Toyota Camrys, the #1 selling car in America, and the Toyota Corolla, the #1 selling car in the world. You'll be grinning with McKinnon, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
With just a couple of clicks on Amazon, your items come to your door in a day or two. With just a simple phrase to your Alexa smart speaker, your favorite talk shows come to your speaker in seconds. Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
Skip the DIY and get your window treatments done right the very first time with Just Blinds in Prattville. For over 35 years, Just Blinds has been the trusted source for quality window treatments. Whether it be plantation shutters, blinds, shades, outdoor shades, or custom drapery, Just Blinds offers complimentary in-home consultations in the Montgomery, Prattville, Lake Martin, and Auburn areas. I'm Ben Myers with Just Blinds in Prattville, and I want to invite you to visit our Prattville showroom or online at gojustblinds.com.
Alabama shaped Democrat Shamari Figuers' life. Shamari's father, civil rights icon Michael Figures, who bankrupted the Klan and committed his life to racial justice. Shamari's mother fought for us in the Alabama State Senate. Shamari Figures brought our values to the White House, serving as a top aide to President Barack Obama. Now, Shamari Figures is running for Congress to represent Alabama. He will work every day for better, more affordable health care. And as a husband and father of 3 young kids, Shamari Figures will make better education a priority from day one. With our voting rights and freedoms on the line, Shamari will never stop fighting for us. On or before March 5th, vote for Alabama's own Democrat Shamari Figures for Congress. Protect Progress page 4 is responsible for the content of this ad, not authorized by any candidate or candidate's committee. www.protectprogresspac.com.
Are you going on an extended trip soon? No one likes to be stranded by the roadside. Get a free tire and brake inspection at Chico's Auto Pros and drive with confidence.
Sponsored by Staples Stores. Now, during Staples Sit-a-thon, you can save up to $180 on select chairs, desk chairs, computer chairs, even gaming chairs. In store only, offer ends 3/2. See associates for details. Stop by Staples today and grab a seat.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris, encouraging you to take the Purple Pledge and support the 47 million people worldwide who are living with Alzheimer's disease and other dementias.
The number of Americans living with Alzheimer's is growing at an alarming rate. 10% of people over the age of 65 have the disease, and 2/3 of them are women. Someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's every minute. As the number of older Americans continues to grow, so will the number of new and existing cases of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. New research is making it possible to detect Alzheimer's disease and providing an accurate diagnosis earlier than ever before. Learning the signs of Alzheimer's, and if you notice them in a family member, seek medical treatment.
This is State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris. For more information, visit our website, www.alabamapublichealth.gov.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. Even with heart failure, my mother remains strong.
Because without strength, you lose hope. Together, we will rise above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage heart failure, go to riseabovehf.org.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. 860-1440 happens to be our number. If you want to text me, 334-901-5022. I was thinking something happened last Friday. Oh, was it Thursday, Friday? And the Red Tails Legacy, the Guardian, has unveiled the new F-35 fighter jets in Montgomery, one of the U.S. military's most advanced airplanes, or fighter planes, got a rock and roll debut Friday morning at Danley Field. Now, they didn't invite me, but that's okay. I couldn't go there this early in the morning anyway. The F-35 Lightning II hundreds gathered in the hangar and to celebrate it's landing here. It's coming here. That's really a big deal for Montgomery. I know if you're not military inclined and you just benefit from the service of these young men and women, and you've never, you don't know what the hell it is. But it is a big deal to get that. I mean, think of all the places they could have gone, and people have loved having these aircraft. I mean, it is a fantastic plane from what I've seen. Um, it is a fantastic aircraft, and it does things that I don't know how these pilots' bodies can actually handle the G's that come with some of the things that this bird can do. But now me, I listen. I don't know nothing about flying them. I've been on them, but I not the F-35, of course. Um, but that's a big deal. I mean, that says a lot about Montgomery. So even though we beat it up, even though we beat Montgomery up all the time, sometimes it takes other people from the outside looking in to recognize the potential of an area. I mean, we're not far from any place, and Washington D.C., Atlanta, Baltimore. I mean, going up the East Coast, not that far from 75, 75, not that far from 95. So we're not that. Yeah, Montgomery is really kind of a strategic place to be. Now we can get over the Civil War thing. We'd be better. I realize there are certain people down here still fighting the Civil War thing. I feel you. I know you feel with that. You know, and one of the things they said this morning. On our daily bread, I remember they said that Abraham Lincoln once he said a kind thing about the Confederates, about the Confederate soldiers, and the lady asked him, "Well, why would you say something nice by them?" He said, "Are we not enemies if I make my enemy my friend?" I said, "Well, that's something to think about." Yeah, that's something to think about. So maybe we got to learn how to be, Now I would imagine that everybody who got in the fight down there on that down there at the Harriet 2 in August, probably friends now. I mean, they probably are friends. I probably go out to dinner, go out to lunch with each other, all kind of things. Now, sometimes it takes a good scuffle to realize, the friends that you have. So I'm hoping they all friends now anyway. Let's go to the phone, 860-1440. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Hey, sorry about the loss. Sorry about the loss of your comrade. Well, now he figured they were. That's y'all always going there. Yeah, he figured by what we would. Well, first of all, the Congress, a bunch of liberals, people down there would not support even the wall. We're the only fools in the world that will not protect our border. Uh, because they. Well, first of all, we ain't got the wall. Absolutely. Well, first of all, they was going to pay for it by not being able to come over here and send our money back over there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we built the part of it. Yeah, yeah. We still got plenty of money. We still got plenty of money for the wall. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What did just order? Okay. You don't think it's important? Wait, you don't believe it's important to protect your country? Then at all, and you can't give them more money. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. They've been falling out the sky. Yeah. Okay. Because Congress is full of a bunch of idiots. So you have to do what you have to do. And now he said they're gonna pay for it. Do you know how much money we send? Wait. Do you know how much money we send? We know how much money we send. Yeah. Let me ask you, what do you think that? Wait a minute. What do you think that the military budget was when you went in? No. We keep spending. No. How much money you think we didn't give to the poor? How much money you think we didn't give to the poor? Yeah. Well, and that's what's his intention. How much money? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Now, let me ask you a question. First of all, you don't need a building for the military. Put ass in a tent. Put them in a tent. What's that got to do with what's that got to do with a tent? Listen, cry me a river. You know, with the military's job. Wait a minute. The military's job. The military's job is not to protect is not to provide for your family. That's your job. Then get out, sergeant. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Went to NCO school too in Germany. Yeah, went to that too. Well, look here. What year did you go? What year did you go in? Wait. What year did you go in? What year did you go in the military? Okay, now let me tell you something. If we wanted you to have, wait, yeah, wait. Well, actually, the Vietnam War actually ended in '74. They officially ended in '74. Okay, well, now let me ask you that. Now let me ask you something. If the military wants you to have a wife, we let you we will give it to you. No, listen, stop this whining. Okay, okay. Look here, man. And you don't think it's important to protect the borders of your country. Well, he said he's gonna get the money, man. And I guess but Congress did not help him. So hey, I ain't mad at him. Yeah, yeah. No. Planes are falling out of the sky. Well, again, we listen. We got tents. You can live in a tent. I live. Yeah, yeah. Wait. See, you part of that new Marine. Wait, you part of that new Marine. Living outside. You don't fight wars inside a building. You don't train inside a building. Yeah, but that's your responsibility. That's your responsibility, though, not the military's. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't listen. I wasn't married in the military. I wasn't married in the military, and for that reason, because I wasn't making enough money when I first started, so I wouldn't even think about that. Yeah, you got. You sure you was a Marine? You ain't hard enough, brother. You ain't hard enough. You you too soft, man. You too soft. well, yeah, yeah, yeah. You kind of soft on that. All right, appreciate it. All right, yeah, you kind of soft, man. 7:38 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? What? I'm doing fine. No, not really. Not really. Not right. Right. It, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I think wait a minute, one house was Republican, the other house was a Democrat in charge. Okay. Well, listen, why do I care about that this morning? Seriously, why should I? Well, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I mean, I don't. None of them are my people. But Trump at least made an effort to protect our borders. Okay. 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 Yeah. Mm. Well, let me. Well, let me ask you something now. I gotta ask you this. Now, wait a minute. Mr. Shamari was part of the Biden and the Barack Obama administration, from what I gather from his advertisements. And black folks ain't been helped that much still. So, what makes going back in there? What are you gonna do now? We still poll. Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Okay. If you if you do not if you if you do not have a border, you do not have a country. And it's true. Hmm. Hmm. I ain't telling you to come nobody's side. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, get on your people downtown. Well, get on your people. Well, we need some of that here. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I hear you. I don't know how we got to this one, but okay. 7:41 in the morning. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Go right ahead. Now, now that's in the state senate. That's politics. That's politics. Is Bush? Wait a minute. Is he in office? Is Trump in office? Is he in office now, though? Yeah. Okay, but is he in office? He has no authority to make any congressman do anything. Well, that's their problem. Yeah. 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 Uh-huh. Because this is America and you have a right to run. Yeah, they do. Yes. Okay. And you think colors got something to do with whether or not they represent you. Well, okay. Okay. Of Montgomery. Yeah. And they got nothing then either. What we get? Let me ask you a question. Okay, let me ask you a question. Wait. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Okay, exactly. Now let me ask you a question here, real quick. If every black person in America are in Montgomery, let's just stay Montgomery. If every black person in Montgomery that was qualified to vote actually went to vote, except 15% of them, don't you think black folks could have had just about anything they wanted? Yeah, yeah. Those restrictions are on everybody, though. Those restrictions are on everybody. The ARPA money, those restrictions. Now people may be using it other ways. Okay, okay, yeah. All right. Hey, with that, I got to take another call. Then I got to go to my break here in a minute. Good morning. Let me see if I can. Good morning. Yes. No, he said, what happened to the Mexicans paying for it? Mm. No, I don't remember, but go ahead. They were white. One was a Spanish guy, yeah. No. E3 is not a sergeant. E4 is not a sergeant. Well, maybe in the Air Force, E5P. Okay. Whatever you want to say, brother. I'm good. E5 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 E5P. I was promotable, but I couldn't get it because they retired me. Yeah, which means I was on the I was on the E6 list. You go for a board for E5 and E6. You go for a board, then DA, of course, E7 and above, of course. Like E5. Okay. All right. Oh, you can't. Yeah, I did. I held it. I had time. I had well, put out it's a different word. You don't get benefits when you get put out, but I was retired. What was yours? Oh well, hey, I'm so glad that you didn't. Let me take a break. We'll be back.
98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7. Huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Alabama shaped Democrat Shamari Figures' life. Shamari's father, civil rights icon Michael Figures, who bankrupted the Klan and committed his life to racial justice. Shamari's mother fought for us in the Alabama State Senate. Shamari Figures brought our values to the White House, serving as a top aide to President Barack Obama. Now, Shamari Figures is running for Congress to represent Alabama. He will work every day for better, more affordable health care. And as a husband and father of 3 young kids, Shamari Figures will make better education a priority from day one. With our voting rights and freedoms on the line, Shamari will never stop fighting for us. On or before March 5th, vote for Alabama's own Democrat Shamari Figures for Congress. Protect Progress paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.protectprogresspac.com.
It's Evan Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health. Around Valentine's Day, I find myself having hard conversations with men and women. When I first started 15 years ago, guys were mostly treating ED and low T for themselves. But relationship dynamics are changing, and spouses and girlfriends book the appointments so often now. The reality is, intimacy strengthens relationships. Being intimate, relationships can change. Testosterone has strength, energy, and drive. Did you know our patients average 3 failures with pills and other approaches before we successfully treat them? That's all we do, every day. Call us today to get tired of it. Experience matters. Just do stuff or call us and we'll show you why for over a decade our team has been number one in Alabama. Get jump start on Valentine's Day and book your appointment. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com and find your amazing now. Come see us today on MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Telling it like it really is.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the Dan Bongino Show. From 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
All right, it is 7:56 in the morning. Well, I guess my guest's not showing up. That's right, I'll tell people who it was. But if they show up, I'll let you know. Anyway, 860-1440 is the number here. Now, you know how you can tell if it is an election year in the city of Montgomery? I can tell. Anybody knows how you can tell? How you can tell it's an election year? Come on. Somebody out there knows how you can tell it's an election year in the city of Montgomery, in the county. I mean, everybody knows how you can tell, right? Okay. Well, last week, we got some news. Big time news. Big time news. As a matter of fact, it's been about the 40th time I've got this news since I've been here. Okay, not for, well, maybe about the 10th time. Okay, been here 33 years, average election every 2 years. Yeah, so about the 10th time we got this news. So we got some news last week, and that's how I knew it was election time in Montgomery, Alabama. Anybody know how we know that? Okay, what was the news? We are going to do something with Fairview Avenue. See, we've been putting up with this charade for years. Every time there's an election coming up, we're going to do something with Fairview Avenue. Then all of a sudden, when the lights go down, the election is over, Fairview Avenue looks the same. Okay, but I hope they really mean it this time. But chances are 4 years from now, we'll be still talking about Fairview Avenue and what has not happened. I'm just saying. But you can always tell when it's election time because, well, we're going to do something with Fairview Avenue. Okay, then. Let's hope maybe this is the time, this is the charm. I don't know. We'll be back.
Your WSFA 12 news update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Judd Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Montgomery police charged a 16-year-old boy with capital murder. It's connected to a shooting that happened back in November. Police found Tenorio Abner's body on Fountain Circle. The suspect's name is not being released because of his age. You know,
They can't release his name because of his age, but he showed to go around killing folks.
it is tax season right now. If you need some help, we've got you covered. Today, WSFA 12 News studio volunteers.
Closer,
Close a tax action line. Tax experts will take your calls from 4 p.m. until 6:30, and we'll give you that number to call later today on WSFA 12 News. Some sports news: the Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champs. It took overtime. The Chiefs beat the 49ers 25-22. That's 3 Super Bowl wins in the last 5 years for Kansas City, and the 4th in franchise history. That's your news on this Monday. I'm Jed Davis.
News Radio 1440, WLWI AM, the home of the Dan Bongino Show. Also on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, Alabama, a Cumulus media station.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. It's a beautiful morning for Kansas City fans.
Oh, man, I feel ecstatic. You know, to put the money into the ticket, knowing that they're going to win a dynasty, and they did it. Oh, man, it's the best feeling in the world.
Correspondent Dana Jacobson is in Las Vegas.
The 49ers jumped out to a 10-0 lead and looked in control heading into the half. In the second half, the Chiefs' offense found its rhythm. Mahomes and Niners quarterback Brock Purdy traded touchdowns, but San Francisco failed to convert their extra point, keeping the Chiefs within 3. The veteran duo of Mahomes and Kelsey stepped up late in the 4th, allowing Kansas City to tie the game with just 3 seconds left in regulation, sending it into overtime.
Final score, Chiefs 25, 49ers 22. And Swifties scored when Taylor and Travis kissed on the field after the game. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is back in the critical care unit at Walter Reed Hospital. What officials say is an emergent bladder issue. Pentagon correspondent David Martin.
Doctors said his prospects for a full recovery from his prostate cancer remain excellent, but he once again had to turn over his responsibilities as Defense Secretary to his deputy, Kathleen Hicks. This time, the Pentagon promptly notified the White House, Congress, and the public he was back in the hospital. The question now is, can he continue in the job?
Austin underwent prostate cancer surgery in December, developed complications last month, but did not notify the president or transfer his powers. Israeli officials say 2 hostages are doing well after a daring rescue from a second-floor apartment in southern Gaza under the cover of heavy airstrikes. Palestinian health officials say at least 67 people were killed in the operation. CBS's Deborah Pata.
As the fighting ramps up in Rafah, family members have urged mediators to do everything they can to bring the remaining hostages back home before it's too late.
A motive under investigation after police say a woman in her 30s wearing a trench coat opened fire inside Pastor Joel Osteen's megachurch in Houston during Sunday services.
They were repetitive boom, 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 and I yelled, "Mom!"
Security guards shot and killed the woman. A 5-year-old boy who accompanied her was wounded. It's not clear by whom. Police say the woman threatened that she had an explosive. A bomb squad found nothing. CBS News has learned major credit card companies are moving ahead with a merchant code to comply with a new California law intended to allow banks to track suspicious gun purchases and report them to police. Right now, rules for gun shops are lumped in with sporting goods stores. This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. Save when you bundle. Get a quote at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining MediShare. Why? Well, MediShare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable, too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years, so it's proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. MediShare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7, huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE, 877-26-BIBLE.
Check out the new Build-A-Bear for adults.
The company is getting slammed for rolling out an after-dark collection of risque bearwear. There's a bikini, black slip dress, leopard heart boxer shorts, gold-strapped high heels, a t-shirt emblazoned with the term Zaddy, and even a Hugh Hefner-style robe with a little attachment to make the bear look like he's pouring champagne. The CEO of the St. Louis Toy Company says the adult line is part of a Valentine's Day promotion and insists the adult accessories are to recognize the evolution of what people want. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Beyonce surprised fans with an announcement during the Super Bowl. Ended with the Queen Bee saying she's dropping new music. Later, she posted to Instagram. She'll announce the release date for a fresh album on March 29th. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Come fix my home, Bill Bradley. Come fix my home. I need you right away. My faucet's leaking. There's water on the floor. Can't take it one more day. Come fix my home, Bill Bradley. Come fix my home. I know you won't delay. For one flat rate price, I know it will be right. Bill Bradley, won't you please fix my home? Come fix my home, Bill Bradley. Come fix my home. I know you won't delay. For one flat rate price, I know it will be right. Bill Bradley, won't you please fix my home?
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1. Find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have a plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all three with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
As a single mom and mother of two, finding a trustworthy and affordable auto repair shop is important. I trust the team at Chico's Auto Pros in Montgomery, where I go for all my basic maintenance and repairs. I know from years of experience, they only recommend repairs that are absolutely needed. And they understand my time is important, and they always work to get my car fixed and back on the road quickly. I recommend Montgomery's #1 auto repair center.
Chico's Auto Pros. Better price, better experience, guaranteed.
At Guardian Credit Union, we believe that banking should be personal, just like the relationships we build with members. Imagine a place where you're not just a credit score, but a valued part of our community. At Guardian, our dedicated team takes the time to listen, understand, and tailor financial solutions that fit your unique needs. From buying a car to saving for college and even starting a small business, we've got you covered. Come experience the Guardian difference and let's achieve your financial goals together. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA.
If your business needs a boost online, now is the time to improve your digital space. Cumulus Media is hosting a free seminar in downtown Montgomery on February 20th. Hi, I'm Brooke Carter, and it's my job to grow businesses by increasing their digital footprint. Come to one of my free workshops on February 20th, and you will receive some great tips, tricks, and instruction, plus a free ad schedule. To learn more, go to this station's website, the Boost Your Business Free Workshop, February 20th at One Commerce in Montgomery.
Is the voice of the conservative millennial. I'm Ben Shapiro. The Ben Shapiro Show, Monday night at 8 p.m. on News Radio 14.
And we are back. Couple things in news. Suspect charged in January shooting death of a Montgomery teen. We got some strange names for our kids. What is this guy's name? Jamarquez Quinn is charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of a 17-year-old boy that happened on January the 14th. So that's good they got him. You know, I just don't know why we got this thing about killing each other. These young folks. I don't know what it is, but it seems that, however, it does seem that Willie Durham and I believe Aronde Mitchell and a few folks get together, and they're going to talk about violence. And of course, that's akin to the Office of Violence Prevention. It ain't working. But listen, we already got an Office of Violence Prevention. It's called Montgomery Police Department. And if they can't stop it, then certainly you can't stop it. Now, there's one thing, however. I believe there's one thing that will work in this violence epidemic in our communities. There's one thing and only one thing only, and that is truth. Okay, forget the political correctness conversations. Forget the excuses. My daddy wasn't there because a lot of daddies not there. Mine wasn't there either. Forget all. We need these kids need to. They need to. You know what they need to do? We need to let someone work in funeral homes. Oh yeah, mandated work in funeral homes. Phyllis and Riley need some help. People like that. Yeah, let them. When they go to court for the first time, let them do public community service in a funeral home. Yeah, ask Phyllis and Riley if they need any help, or Cummings if they need any free labor. Yeah, it is the truth is the only thing that is going to change. Okay, change this thing. Okay, and we have a hard time with truth today. We make all these excuses about, well, his mama wasn't dead, and that may be true, and that sucks. It sucks to be them because you know what, your daddy should be there, but he's not. So that means you're gonna ruin the rest of your life. You know, you're gonna be Big Bubba's girlfriend or Big John's girlfriend in prison because your daddy wasn't there. What you should learn from that is what to do with your children. Make sure that you're part of your children's life. Since you already know what it feels like not to have a father there, then you ought to be a better dad to your kids. Okay? I mean, you know, we don't tell the truth. When you dead, you are gone. There's no reprisal. There's no reprieve. There's no check, no job, no nothing. You just dead. And I hope to God you go to that place they call heaven. Okay? I hope you do. But these nice guys, we got to stop these nice conversation with our young men and let them know, you know, personally, I think it ought to be hard labor. See, it's not how long they put you in jail for, it's what you do when you get there. If all I'm going to do is sit there in my cell and eat the little food they give me and watch TV, well, okay, that's like a long vacation. No, we need some hard labor at the first ounce of evidence that this person is gone. Did I tell you what the other guy said? Did I tell you what the little kid said to the teacher down in Birmingham the other day? He said, B. He said, B, do you know who I am? Now, we got a cell for him. I think he's in like the 6th grade. We got a cell for him and got his name on it. So when Governor Ivey gets done building his prison, by the time it gets done, he'll be about ready to get in there. Okay? He'll be about ready. He'll be about ready then to get there. We're going to give him a bunch of chances until they get to, 17, 18 years old. Then we're going to put him in jail forever. So we need to have some honest conversation about this violence and not and I'm talking about a thing. I'm talking about a conversation that will make you cry, that'll make you angry, get in your face, because that's what they're going to do to you when you get to jail. They're going to get in your face. I just think we need, and one of the places I believe that could be a help in this is schools. But schools have become so ratchet, so undisciplined, that they live by a philosophy, don't make no trouble. I got teachers and principals in our schools that don't want to correct young people because they don't want to hear the stupid ass parent come up there and saying something. Okay, so schools, to me, school is that bridge. You know what I mean? If you're having a rough time at home, you got a rough time in the street. You know what? School should be a place where you get some reprieve. You understand what respect is. You understand what discipline is. But we have done away with that too. No wonder. There's no every place these kids go today, it's violence. Every place. Even in church yesterday at Joel Osteen's place, we get people showing up with guns. No discipline. And without discipline, you have nothing. Your community, your society, the things you believe in don't mean a thing. And I am so disappointed in our schools. We got guys coming with dresses on, whatever. I mean, do that crap at work. Everybody's born with a gender, male or female. What you think you are, that's cool. But if put it this way, if people are confused about their gender and they got what they supposed to have, then how in the world are we going to change their mind about violence in the streets? If we can't convince people, hey, that down there means you're a guy. Okay? If we are not willing to convince young folks of that, my Lord, we've only seen the beginning of the end. 860-1440 is the number here. Now, actually, I told you somebody was coming, but they didn't show. Joe Reed Sr. was supposed to be here. I know he was on another station yesterday. I guess I'm just a little too hard for them guys out there. I apologize. I apologize if I've been around a while and I've heard all the Bravo Sierra. I apologize. You got to bring something new. Okay, but he was supposed to be here, but hey, didn't show up. But I hope he's not sick or anything. Good morning. Yes. Yes. Gotcha. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, exactly. They wanted a good possibility that blacks are going to get it. But I'm telling you now, if black folks come out and vote right now, they can put anybody off if they want to. But we get 15% of the people that go out to vote, and then they wonder why things never change and why. I mean, they don't have to change. They ain't worried about you putting them out of office. You're not going to vote. So that's why we don't need another second congressional district to give somebody else a job in Washington D.C. that go up there and you call them 1,400 times and you never can talk to them. Okay, it's an amazing thing that people say they want to represent you, but the only people I've ever get an opportunity to talk to is the receptionist. Okay, so I don't know who the hell they're representing up there, but we hear the same crap every 4 years, same stuff every 4 years. So whether it's Shamari Figures or Avahard or whoever else is running, because I evidently ain't got no money because Miss Harvey Hall, I'll give her some slack here because she always coming up here to talk to us. But the rest of them don't talk to you. I don't know. But everybody wants a piece of Montgomery, but they don't really talk to Montgomery. We got two representatives in the House of Representatives don't even live in Montgomery, don't even live in Montgomery County. And we got two people on that supposedly represents Montgomery, Chris Sills and Kelvin Lawrence. And Kelvin Lawrence is a nice guy. But unfortunately, he don't have a clue what's going on in Montgomery, Alabama. So how in the hell can you represent me if you don't know me or anybody in this city? And Chris Sills, he's the one that carried the water for that tax thing that the mayor tried to get in when he first got in office. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. You won't get a second. I mean, for a nation that says we're a nation of second chances, sometimes we don't give people a second chance. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Well, that's a great idea. I mean, really, that's an idea that would directly affect our community. Yeah. That's a great idea, as a matter of fact. Good morning. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Not neither one. Neither one. Good. No. You see, you don't. And at least it see. I know in this congressional district, I I think you no, but I do believe that you can run. If you win, you have to move within the district, get an address in the district or something like that. But that's been an odd. That conversation's been going on for years. Now,
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
right, and they don't, and we don't have to be all black district. And that's they wanted a black representative. Right, right, right. 48%. I think 48% black. Yeah. And again, therein lies the problem. If people were to come out and vote, register to vote, you can put anybody in office you want to put in office because everybody's not voting anyway. No, I didn't go to that one either. Yeah, I didn't go to that one. Okay. Mm. No. No. All right. Appreciate it. Something else too. I noticed the difference in bonds in some of these folks who uh, one bond is $30,000 and others get $750,000. And some people tell me that Tuberville actually lives in Florida. Um, well, I know during the next election that may come up as if he does. Well, it depends on what you call living. I don't know. What is your legal? Where's your legal residence? That's the issue because a lot of people have houses in separate places in separate states. What is your legal residence? Is that where you get your money? Is that where you get your mail? I don't know. I think we can find that out sooner or later. Good morning, on air. I'm doing pretty good. I'm, I'm doing all right, brother. I ain't lonely. I'm good. Yeah. Mm. No, I'm not. No, I think we ought to be honest though about the issues and have the deep and hurtful conversation that we need to have. That's why no matter who goes to the White House, to the Black House, to the in-house, no matter who goes there to represent you, that won't change your life. Your life. Yes. Hmm. Right. Hopefully, in our system of government means well, we'll see what we can bring you some money, get some money to your area. Hmm. Mm. Well, it is our government, and that's our system of government in America. And it is what it is. It's just that we keep thinking that because we hire somebody to go to Washington D.C. and get told that their doo doo don't stink, and what was it? It smells good in here. Did you just go to the bathroom? you know, yeah, I guess we are, but not. Well, we won't find one. All right, preacher, we won't find one on this earth. Good morning. Pretty good. Hmm. Well, I don't know because I didn't. I was told he was over there, but I didn't want to listen because I wanted to hear. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the best person wins. Absolutely, yeah. And again, I was told he's going to be here this morning, but evidently now again he's an elderly gentleman, so maybe he, you know, took ill or something this morning. So we don't know. So I'm not going to do any lamb blasting on people because I don't know what happened, but they were supposed to come this morning. Matter of fact, to tell the truth, they called me and said they wanted to come. I said, okay, not a problem. I mean, they know that I'm not a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party nor the Republican Party, but I'm a philosophical guy. I listen to what people say and find out what they believe and things of that nature. And I don't really care um, about that other junk. That the lies that come out every election cycle. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and no, and if people really believe, that those things really matter to people, if they really believe that whoever gets in the White House is going to change your life, then you, my friends, are sadly mistaken. Let me take one more call. Right. Good morning. Yes. I was told when the mayor was here last time, he said it was working. They had a couple of issues there, but they said that they had fixed them. So I think so. Hmm. Right, but what can they? But what can they do if they get out there? What can they do? No, I hear you, but what can they do? They come out. Okay, they come out there and see people's houses flooded. What can they do? Okay, right, right, yeah. Hmm. So after all these years and all the rain that's rained in Montgomery, Alabama, this is the first time this has ever happened. Right, right, yeah. You mean after all these elections, we still haven't solved that problem? Oh, okay, right. And so what happens then? I don't think your insurance company pays you for that, do they? Yes, they do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So if the water comes down from the sky and gets in the house, that's one thing. They'll pay for that. So next time, just open all the damn windows and let the water come on in. Because if yeah, I know, man. I know. It's tough. Mm. Well, you think they don't know about the problem? You think they don't know about the problem? Yeah. All right. All right. Well, give them some time, brother. Give them some time. They got a lot of problems. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Yeah. Insurance companies always there most of the time when you don't need them. Oh well, we'll be back. If the water comes from the street in your house, they don't pay for it. But if the water falls from the sky in your house, they'll pay for it. Now, it's still the same water. We'll be back.
Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Jackson Hewitt. Why are people saying Hugh yeah to Jackson Hewitt? When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Good morning, Montgomery. Woodley Road has been a mess this morning. We've had trees down. We've got 2 accidents now reported on Woodley at Church Hill Drive. So please use caution there. That's near Antoinette as well. So please use caution on Woodley. Avoid that area if you can. 85 southbound still running slow at Chantilly Parkway. Also got accidents reported South Boulevard at McGee, Vaughn at Pelzer, Madison at California, and a disabled vehicle Vaughn at Taylor. The Front Porch Grill is all about good food, friends, and family. Slow life down just a little and enjoy a great meal. The Front Porch Grill next to Food Outlet on Highway 14 in Millbrook. Buckle up, it's the law from Montgomery Skywatch Traffic.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute. If Nikki Haley comes in third in Iowa, second place in a two-person race in New Hampshire, she can't compete in Nevada, so she'll lose there. And South Carolina, her home state, she's down by a massive amount of in terms of real clear politics average, down by 30. Tell me the path that Nikki Haley is going to take to get her to victory, because I think that's a question they need to be asking themselves. Look, unless she can pull off the upset of all upsets and win her home state, that would be a game changer. But when you're down in the polls, the average poll by 30 points, I don't recall in my lifetime seeing somebody being able to overcome such a wide margin like that. Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Doctors take Field of Greens for their own health. Here's Dr. Ryan Green to explain.
We're like you, too much fast food and not enough exercise. That's why I take Field of Greens. The fruits and vegetables in Field of Greens support my heart, lungs, kidneys, and metabolism for weight loss. And Field of Greens promises your doctor will notice your improved health or your money back.
Get 15% off with promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com. That's promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com. Product is not intended to diagnose disease.
Bass, founder of Montgomery Men's Health. Around Valentine's Day, I find myself having hard conversations with men and women. When I first started 15 years ago, guys were mostly treating ED and low T for themselves. But relationship dynamics are changing, and spouses and girlfriends book the appointments so often now. The reality is, intimacy strengthens relationships. Being intimate is a relationship game changer. Testosterone can add strength, energy, and drive. Did you know our patients average 3 failures with pills and other places before we successfully treat them? Why? Because it's all we do, all day, every day. Call us today and together let's stop a pattern of failure, because experience matters, outcome matters. If you're serious about changing your life, call us and we'll show you why for over a decade our team has been #1 in Alabama for men's health. Get a jump start on Valentine's Day and book your appointment. Call 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com and then plan your amazing night. Come see us today. Montgomery Men's Health.
Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft in 2023. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. Their U.S.-based restoration specialists are dedicated to helping solve identity theft issues, and all plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which means if you lose money because of identity theft, LifeLock will reimburse you to the limits of your plan. Go to LifeLock.com and save up to 25% your first year with promo code PLAY.
The Fed's new FedNow system is all about surveillance and control. Secure your assets today with something Washington cannot manipulate. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon, and I recommend diversifying your retirement into a physical gold IRA from Birch Gold Group. To learn more, get a free info kit by texting the word safeguard to 989898. Do this right now. Text safeguard to the number 989898 and get a free info kit from Birch Gold. There's no obligation or purchase required.
Hey, y'all, Lewis at the Capitol Oyster Bar over here on that beautiful Alabama River where we cook up that fresh seafood for you. And we have a great time also. Don't forget about it, Valentine this week. We'll be cooking up some specials. We got some crab cakes we're going to make, some good old fresh fish out of the Gulf. And let's talk about some good times Sunday afternoon. We're back at it, y'all. Starting out with Ghost Town Blues Band out of Memphis, man. It's a great show. Come on down here. We're going to have a good time. Showtime 4 o'clock. Check it out at CapitolOysterBar.com or a Facebook page. Come on, y'all. Boom, shakalaka.
He's the voice of the conservative millennial.
Ben Shapiro.
The Ben Shapiro Show, tonight at 8 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
And we are back. Good morning to all of you. You can tell the election season is now going on in earnest. Although somebody did. Okay. Okay. Now somebody sent me a letter that says, okay, instead of beating up on the insurance industry, why not call city council or county commissioner for drainage issues? All this American Rescue money out there should be used for issues like this. $1 million going to Levitate can have, and somebody that $1 million going to Levitate can address some of these problems. I think that's a good. I think that's a good analysis. We got money. We gave money. We gave $1 million to people so they can tell us what something says. And most of us, I'm sure that every last one of us finished high school. I know that for a fact. And the government writes on an 8th grade level. So, but we're going to pay somebody $1 million to tell us what something means. We could use that $1 million to help the folks over in over down Woodley Road and places like that, evidently getting a lot of water. So, okay, so I apologize. I'm not beating up on all the insurance companies, but let's just face it, to be honest, insurance companies find ways to not pay people. Yeah, they do. I mean, and I ain't mad at them. That's what they do. But let's not. Now, my insurance company. Hey, I like my insurance company. I mean, I've never had a problem. They've always served me well, and so I'm good with my insurance company. And I would imagine that everybody out there has had some good and bad experiences with insurance companies. So I'm not the only. I'm not beating up on them all. I love I've been with State Farm 30 years, ever since I've been here. And I've never had a problem with them, never paid. As a matter of fact, sometimes they can write you a check out of the home office. I mean, right here, so you don't have to wait 8-9 months to get some money. So they do good things, they do. But the water thing is kind of a thing that kind of irks me. I don't quite understand that. But hey, I'm not one of those people who do statistical analyses and things of that nature, and so I'm gonna stay in my lane. Okay. Good morning. Who's this? No, he said he didn't because for what it would cost, it's not a flood. He said it's not a floodplain, so therefore flood insurance is not recommended. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Yeah. Well, that's true. And they said, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, Julie Beard has been on it. She's been on it since she got elected. Her and Aronde Mitchell are the two, and I don't know about it. I'm not saying everybody else doesn't do anything. I know Graham worked their butt off. It seemed like to me the people who work their butt off for actually the people don't really get a hell of a lot of recognition. We fired Green, who was doing an outstanding job looking out after his people, but because he kept talking about he's a Republican, oh, well, we don't want you. Okay, now look what you got now. I ain't mad at you, but look what you got. Okay, I'm just saying. The people that are willing to put in the work, hey. Mhm. Because it's not about Republican or Democrat because the Democrats had it for 139 years. Well, my yeah. Yeah. Mm. Okay. What's that got to do with the military though? Hmm. Hmm. Mm. What can I tell you? And I got to take my last break at hour 8:42 in the morning. And I guess we all can complain, but if everybody comes to us every 4 years and say they're gonna do this and they're gonna do, which we know, a lot of it's Bravo Sierra, but if you tell us that, then don't we have a right to have some expectation to some? I mean, like West Fairview Avenue. My Lord, I've been in this for 33 years. And I've been hearing the same thing every year. Okay, and the black folks actually got out to vote. Really, if they actually went down there, signed up to vote, and if the black legislators could finally get some movement on automatically allowing people to get their rights back once their sentence has been finished, and if they could do that, but they never raised hell about that. When is the last time you heard the senator or state representative of the city of Montgomery raise hell about all these guys getting killed in prison? When is like that? You don't hear it because if you don't have anybody in there, you don't care. You don't care about poor folks unless you know one. I mean, you just don't. You're too busy trying to stop from being poor. But that's what government is for. To look out for the ones who are the least of these and the ones who, but we're government and that's and when we pay that money in taxes and do this and do that, but it's a shame they paid all that money to levitate. And I think they're still paying them when so many problems are still here. They paying $42,000 a month so people can read documents to them and explain to them. Supposedly educated people. $1 million could have stopped some of that flooding over off Woodley Road. Okay? People are flooding. Could have stopped it. Again, sometimes it is better to ask for forgiveness than permission. So I'm just saying, if the county commission and the mayor wanted to say, hey, well, we're gonna fix this, listen, I'll take the hit. That's the kind of leader I like. I like the kind of leaders willing to take the hit for doing the right thing for the people. We don't have many of them. We're too worried about our position. I ain't mad at you, but again, like teachers in school now, they won't say that because what I hear from them? Well, I got bills to pay, and they do. But you have an education. You have an education, which means that you can get a job someplace else. I know it's not as you don't get 3 months off a year on 2.5 months off a year on everybody else's job. So they let bygones be bygone, and they'll let go on in the school what goes on in the school, because you cannot blame the kids. You have to blame grown-ups. Okay? It ain't the kids' fault that they're allowed to be crazy in school. Okay? Gotta take a break. We'll be back 8:45 in the morning right here on News Radio 1440. You can call us 860-1440 is the number here. I'll be right back after this break.
In Hugh, yeah, to Jackson Hewitt. When you switch to Jackson Hewitt, they will beat what you paid last year on tax prep, even if you filed online. Proof of prior year payment required when filing. New clients only at participating locations through April 7th. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com.
Heavy rain and thunderstorms through the morning hours. Won't rain the whole time, but there will be a good amount of activity on radar. There is a severe weather risk as well, including a few tornadoes, damaging wind, heavy rain, and flash flooding through the morning. This afternoon, we'll have a few showers remaining, perhaps a storm or two. Everybody's dry by about 4 or 5 o'clock. It'll be breezy today. Colder tonight, upper 30s. Plenty of sun tomorrow. Highs only in the upper 50s. That's your first alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sabry for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. We've got this warning. East McLean Road off of Highway 31 has been washed out, so it is closed and needs to be repaired. So please use caution there. Highway 31, East McLean Road off Highway 31 is closed due to the road being washed out. Latest accident, South Boulevard at Strathmore, so please use caution moving in that area. Invisible Fence has Boundary Plus technology, giving your pet more play area right up to the boundary. No confusion, no lockouts, no stress. Call Vicky at Invisible Fence, 265-2585. Buckle up, it's the law. For Montgomery Skywatch traffic, this is major delay.
Is your vehicle overdue for a much-needed oil change? How long have you been driving around with your service light on? Visit the car doctors at Chico's Auto Pros for all your routine maintenance.
Are you tired of staring at your home's outdated window treatments? Just Blinds and Browell offers a wide variety of quality window treatments all in one place at our newly remodeled showroom. Stop by and our team of designers will be happy to showcase our collection of all new fabric options and new window treatment offerings, all carefully curated to suit any style and taste. And see and learn about the latest in motorization and smart home options. Visit our showroom at Just Blinds and Browell and let's bring your windows to life like never before.
Pucker up, Montgomery and Prattville. Matt Parsley here from Budget Car and Truck Sales. And this month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a nicer, newer car. So if your old ride's left you broken-hearted, kiss it goodbye. I'll give you up to $5,000 more than Kelly Blue Book. Push, pull, or drag it in. Plus, I'm buying cars on the spot, based on the car or the price you pick. You deserve to drive a car that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and kiss it goodbye, because you could get way more than it's worth. Plus, I'm buying cars. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? My team's passionate about approvals. We kiss up to the banks and lenders that want to say yes. That's yes. Yes, yes, yes. Plus, I'm buying cars. on the spot based on the price of the car you
Can't
get.
stand to hear the
Hurry.
truth.
Once I helped
That's
137
crazy.
people, my lips are sealed.
$120,000
Done.
if you
I'm
person
Matt
make
Horsley. I'm your beautiful
$120,000
for
lowest
people.
paid
See
people.
all these smooch-worthy rides at
I don't have a problem
budgetsays.com.
teaching
That's
me.
budgetsays.com. Partner up, Montgomery and Prattville.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible. So Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Alabama shaped Democrat Shamari Figueres' life. Shamari's father, civil rights icon Michael Figueres, who bankrupted the Klan and committed his life to racial justice. Shamari's mother fought for us in the Alabama State Senate. Shamari Figueres brought our values to the White House, serving as a top aide to President Barack Obama. Now, Shamari Figueres is running for Congress to represent Alabama. He will work every day for better, more affordable health care. And as a husband and father of 3 young kids, Shamari Figueres will make better education a priority from day one. With our voting rights and freedoms on the line, Shamari will never stop fighting for us. On or before March 5th, vote for Alabama's own Democrat Shamari Figueres for Congress. Protect Progress paid for and is responsible for the content of this ad. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.protectprogresspac.com.
Is your foot pain becoming a hassle? Can't get through a workday without pain? Can't go shopping without limping down the aisles? I'm Dr. Brian Killey, a board-certified podiatrist with specialized training in endoscopic procedures for heel pain and neuromas. Most diagnostic procedures can be performed right in the office, saving you the time and trouble of going from place to place. So don't run around town to fix your feet. Call me at 265-7585 for an appointment. That's 265-7585. Serving Montgomery, Greenville, and surrounding areas for over a decade. Follow us on Facebook or visit us on the web at www.greenvillefootcare.com, where doctors' profiles, directions to the office, hours of operation, and new patient paperwork are all just a click away. You can also find useful information on common foot conditions and services that we provide. I'm Dr. Brian Killey with Greenville Foot Care. Happy feet, start here.
No representation is made as to the quality of podiatric services to be performed or as to the expertise of podiatrists performing such services.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m. for the Encore Show.
Chinese, the Russians, don't fear Joe Biden.
On News Radio 1440.
Alrighty then. Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning again. 8:52 in the morning. If you need to get there by 9 o'clock, you got 8 minutes by which to arrive. Good morning, thanks for holding. Morning. Well, that was only one thing, but I said there's not much difference between Democrats and Republicans, except a couple of philosophical differences. But other than that, when it comes to the money, everybody's getting as much as they can, giving it to whom they can. Well, they're supposed to be doing a revamp. Well, I've heard that for 33 years. West Montgomery now. They said in earnest, though. They said they're going to do it this time. That's what they said they're going to do it. They said they're gonna do it. Yeah, me too. Yeah, but they said they're gonna do it now. You would think that with $85 million of ARPA money, they could have did that, but evidently not enough people wanted to spend all the money on one particular project, I guess, or maybe that wasn't enough money to do all the things they needed. But you know, if I was in Madison Park, I'd come downtown right now, everybody over there, and just protest. They've been talking about that place for 30 years. But they got to do their own. They got to do their own. Okay, they just no doesn't make any difference though. Listen, how many wait, you know how many people watched the Super Bowl yesterday? You know how many people watched the Super Bowl? Okay. First of all, people don't care intellectually about smart brains, about big brained people. They don't. Okay. But if your brain, okay, I gotta let you go. But if your brain is big enough, come up with your own way to promote your business. Okay, that's what business people have to do. Got to promote their own business. Good morning. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. All right, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Yes. Good morning. Hey here. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Um, well, Maxwell is an easy one. National Guard, I'll just make a couple phone calls and find out. That ain't no big deal. Yeah, that's right, brother. That's right. Well, I'll find out. All right, appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Who's this? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I cannot. Okay. I called for you, and they got to you, but I can't make people call. But okay, but I don't take it. It ain't. And I hear you, and I appreciate it. But all I can do is put the word that I've been up to Twinkle's office about these highest light bills and all this stuff. I've been to Becker's office. I've been to all their. Listen, it's an election time. They don't want. And then after election time, they certainly won't pay you much attention. So hey, you got to put different people in office. Toten, Odin, and Becker, and all these folks. Twinkle. I'm going up there for you. I went up there and pled. I went up there and pled your case. I did. Saying what we gonna do? We gonna have to decide to live outside and buy groceries, or can we do both of them at the same time? Not according to Alabama Power, you can't seem to do it. But anyway, I can't even tell you what my light bill was the other day. Well, anyway, my time's up, and Joe Reed didn't show up, so I'm hoping he's feeling okay though. But he was supposed to be here. I let him say, yeah, come on. We'll see.
A 12 News Update on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, I'm Jed Davis. Here's what's happening in the news on this Monday. Montgomery police charged a 16-year-old boy with capital murder. It's connected to a shooting that happened back in November. Police found Tenario Abner's body on Fountain Circle. The suspect's name is not being released because of his age, but we do know he's in the Montgomery County Detention Facility under no bond. It is tax season right now. If you need some help, we've got you covered. Today, WSFA 12 News is teaming up with volunteers from the Alabama Society of CPAs to host a tax action line. Tax experts will take your calls from 4 p.m. until 6:30. We'll give you that number to call later today on WSFA 12 News. Some sports news: the Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champs.
And who cares?
The Chiefs beat the 49ers 25-22. That's 3 Super